Hey, what's going on? This is Jake Taylor, your personal transformation coach, the people's coach. And guess what, guys? We got a new mic. Look at me. I look official, don't I? AJ blessed me with a new mic because she loves me so much. And I wanted to look all professional and stuff, how they look on stage. And I can be like, you. No, you. No, but today we're going to talk about marketing and branding, guys. This is what I'm excited about. When I first got into this entrepreneurial world, I've always had marketing and sales down. I mean, that's always kind of been it. When I was selling candy in high school, making thousands of dollars a month selling candy in high school, we just marketed better. We knew how to get our product to the consumers to where they wanted us. And I didn't really realize it was marketing at the time. When I was cutting hair in college, and I was making money cutting hair in college, it was the marketing of the product, and the product was the hair being cut. And if the hair is being cut and the hair looks good and the hair looks nice, then guess what? Marketing the product is easy because the product is, what service that you're providing. Excuse me. So the same thing goes for marketing and branding in itself. In this article that I'm about to show you guys, please pull out your ebook, or if you printed it out, pull out your ebook. We are on the People First Result Second ebook. We're on the People First Result Second ebook, and we're in marketing and branding. People First Result Second ebook, and we're in marketing and branding. Give you one more second. People first, results second. And we are in marketing and branding. Marketing and branding. So if you guys are here, you follow me. This article I had to put in our ebook by Muhammad Amin Bilarbi, and he was talking about Apple. Now, I'm an Apple fan. I'm not an Apple fanatic because our computer database isn't on Apple. It may be over time. But in this article, it's talking about, you guys can read it yourself, when you're on your own. It's talking about how simple Apple markets their products. And if you look at Da Vinci says simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. A lot of people like to overcomplicate their product. They would like to make it sound all extravagant and make it sound beautiful. And what you got to understand is that in marketing, it's all about storytelling and making the story simple. So if you're storytelling, making a story simple, all you have to understand is that whoever your niche market is, they should know that you're targeting them. And then not only that, your market and your storytelling should be your marketing, your storytelling should be so freaking amazing that it brings about an emotion inside of me. So when I look at the Apple phone, or they release their new products, it's kind of like, you get the you get the heebie-jeebies. And they make something so complex look so simple, which is why we're going to stop sharing the screen real quick. Which is why oh yeah. If you look at this phone, look at it. Look how beautiful it looks. Look at this beauty. Simple, elegant. Don't you want it? Don't you? Don't you wanna? Don't you? No, seriously. So when you look at this, it's simple and it's easy. And it makes you feel like anybody can navigate it. When you go to the apps, when they first showed the apps, it was like just navigate, just click the app and it works for you. And they made something so complex look extremely simple. So they were able to target pretty much everyone for the little kid or for the grandma or the granddad. So your marketing, you want to make sure that your marketing is sleek. It has the perfect color scheme and it just looks right. And something about your marketing brings about an emotion that the average person just can't explain why they feel the way they do about what you're delivering. Simplicity is like minimalism. It feels natural. It's like a limit. You're not using a lot of energy. You're not using a lot of uh, um, uh, extra words to explain something that's just simple. And what people got to understand, people buy simple. If you're trying to provide a solution to a problem, a simple solution to a problem will, I mean, people pay anything for a simple solution rather than having nine different parts. So if you ever hear about us marketing purpose to profit, we say 6 steps from turning your purpose to profit. 6 steps one must go through to turn their purpose into profit. Very simple. 6 steps. When you achieve those 6 steps, everything else is just like, oh Nana, what's your name? Ooh Nana, like Rihanna. So this is exactly what effective marketing and branding does. It makes you think that the product or service is a must-have. It communicates to its target market precisely. It has a clear language, a clear understanding. This is what you call assassin marketing. Whoo! When I was younger, I was intrigued with how precise the assassins executed the tactics and strategies assigned to them. Those movies gave me a keen eye to appreciating precision, which is why I love watching greats like Kobe Bryant, Floyd Mayweather, Stephen Curry, Tom Brady, in perfecting their craft with such precision. You never see them move without a clear plan of execution, which makes each one of them future first ballot Hall of Famers. Holla, 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 holla. So when you're talking about an assassin, this assassin's mentality. If you guys ever played the game Assassin's Creed or whatever, and you watch these assassination movies or assassin movies, you don't have a lot of time to mess up. You have to score, or you have to shoot, or you have to kill in a precise manner and then get out the way. Because you don't want to exert too much energy. You don't want everybody to find you. So when I saw how meticulous Kobe Bryant was with his moves, when I saw how meticulous Floyd Mayweather was, he didn't want to use a bunch of energy. He wanted to bob and weave and make you miss him. And every shot that he shot, every jab that he jabbed, every hook that he hooked, every uppercut that he was pretty much landing 50 to 58% of all of his punches throughout a whole entire fight. And guess what? His punches were more damaging and he punched less. So a lot of people think that marketing is just plaster, 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 plaster. I gotta be everywhere and everything. I got later. But sometimes marketing is just right time. Let me move at the right time. Oh, I see this trend. Boom. Let me do a little marketing campaign right there. I'm gonna wait. It's kind of like a snake. A snake doesn't attack you until the right time. It just attacks you. It's just like a cheetah, just like a lion. More a cheetah than a lion. Lions are, whatever. But a lioness is a lot more better than a lion. But if you ever look at a killer, if you ever look at an animal that kills, if you ever look at a top-notch assassin, or you go watch those assassination movies or assassin movies, what happens is you see all of them doing something very similar. And the similar thing is, let me move at the right time. Let me strike at the right time. Everything else is going to blow up. When you look at those companies that do big numbers, and you look at their marketing campaigns, it's absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal, because it brings about some type of it's so beautiful to see how at the right time and at the right place somebody can do a marketing campaign and their revenue goes absolutely haywire, and then they tone down their marketing campaigns on the dry seasons, kind of like Shopify. and if you have an e-commerce store, your biggest seasons are the holiday seasons. So your biggest marketing campaigns, most of your ad flow is coming during this season, this last fourth quarter and fourth and first quarter. But during second and third quarter, you're not spending a bunch of money because you don't care about being everywhere because it's not the right time for you to strike. You want your marketing and branding to be thought of as first ballot Hall of Fame strategy. Never move without a clear plan, tactics, and exit strategy. Exit strategy. The success of your product or service depends on how tactical you are in your approach in releasing what you have into the market. In order for your product, service, or system to create the market appeal you and your organization is looking for, it has to have 4 of the 5 checkpoints of perception and 4 to 5 of the checkpoints of branding. With the right combination of both perception and branding, your product, service, or system is moments away from becoming the next big thing in your specific market. So when we talk about perception, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 perception checkpoints. First is the go-to brand. Are you trustworthy? Are you loving and passionate? Are you educational? Are you empowering? Are you engaging? Are you entertaining? Branding is your product disruptive? Is this an educational platform? What about the packaging? Does it have celebrity appeal? Does it have public support? Does it have social media content? Does it have lifestyle marketing? You got to get 4 to 5 of each one of this perception and branding for your products that you put into the atmosphere. So your services, guys, if you ever hear me just say products, when I'm talking about products, your services, your systems are all products to your company or to your brand. So, you know, if you're receiving revenue off of something that you're selling, that's considered a product. So you always have to make sure that you get your products right. So let's go back and talk about how important it is for us to see right here. First ballot Hall of Fame strategy. You're basically saying all I care about is getting to the Hall of Fame. And getting to the Hall of Fame, there's a certain type of personality that I must encompass in order for me to be considered a first ballot Hall of Fame or have a first ballot Hall of Fame strategy. And that strategy must separate me from anybody else in my industry, so much so that people have to see me as an authority in that space. And if not, if I don't have that authority in the right season at the right time, I have to spend all of my money, all of my time, all of my effort, and guess what? Marketing, and just being everywhere at any time with the simple, basic message that doesn't overcomplicate what I'm doing, not trying to sound too educated and all the extra stuff, because it doesn't matter. And you have to understand your seasons. Just like there are 4 seasons in a year, there are 4 seasons of your business. You have to figure out which one is your hot. When is your summer? What is your hot season where you can put anything out there and you can make some money? When is your hot season? When is your spring season? When is your fall season? And when is your winter season? Winter season, man, you ain't getting a lot of, you barely getting any sales. So you got to figure out another product to where your winter season will become a hot season for another product that you have. And that just goes into product development. That just goes into tapping into your consultant, your coaches with the School of Transformation coach to help you kind of gauge that, your business coach. So I think it's important for you to understand having an assassin's mind when it comes to marketing and branding your product. We're going to go back to the ebook. So coming back to the ebook. So with your perception, the checkpoints of perception, if you have less than 4 or 5, I promise you, less than 4 or 5 of these check marks, you're not going to win. You're not going to win at all. If you want to really win, if you want to do your purpose and your passion and purpose full time. So here it is. If you're not the go-to brand, your brand has to be trustworthy. It has to be, loving and passionate. It may not be educational, but it has to be empowering. Guess what, guys? You're already at 3. So that means it has to be engaging, which is 4, and entertaining with personality, 5. You got a winning brand. When it comes to your branding, if it's not disruptive, it has to be extremely educational. The packaging has to be right. You have to have some type of public support. Now, it doesn't have to be celebrity appeal. It has to be some type of public support. So that's 3. Social media content. If not, lifestyle marketing. That's 4. Does that make sense? So you have to be delivering some type of quality into the marketplace in order for you to be successful. And so when it comes to your marketing and branding, I think it's imperative. It's imperative for you to understand the importance of getting your first 3 to 10 customers. Guys, your marketing and your branding depends on it. It doesn't matter how good of a book you have. It doesn't matter how good of a system you have. It doesn't matter how good of an educational platform you have. It doesn't matter how great you think you are. If you don't get your first 3 to 10 customers within your first 2 weeks to 14 to 30 days, you gotta gain momentum, guys, because it's going to, 1, prove that people want your product and need your product, and get testimonials on your product. Even if you got to give your product free to the first 10 people, maybe sell it for $1, because the testimonials mean more. If you don't have any money, and you're trying to get started, the very best thing that you can do is invest in your brand and your marketing. How do you invest in your brand and your market with no money? You have to give your product, service, or system to somebody who needs it for free. You have to get some reviews on it. If you have some type of system that's going to help people's business excel, pass excelling, give it to them for free on the front end. Let your product or your system or your service prove itself. And then guess what? After it proves itself, then you can go back and then you can collect that check and then bring them in as a client. And that may be one of your marketing campaigns. You may go to every single company or every single person or every single church and say, listen, this system is going to work. And if it doesn't work, guess what? No harm done. But if it does work and you do see results, you have to bring me on as a client. And that's a great way to market and build up your clientele. And guess what? For the people that are using your product, service, or system, now they are considered your clients. So you can say, I'm working with Germix, I'm working with Smoothie King, I'm working with Lasco, I'm working with HD, I'm working with Expo. All of them are using my system, and all of them are gaining results. You put that up on your site, you keep marketing, guess what? Then that system begins to work, then those reviews and those testimonials will all come back and they'll treat you right. You want to measure your results. My business partner, Lee, she created bands. It was like a balance band. She created those balance bands. And she saw somebody with the balance band, and what she said, I can do the same thing. So she went in, she saw the rubber bands. Then she created like a little a sticker, and I'll actually show you guys so that you can see what I'm talking about. Right here. These bands were supposed to give you balance. So let me get you here. So these bands were supposed to give you balance. So she saw what it did. She saw that there's a rubber band, and then there's this picture. This sticky, almost sticker like reflective band. So she created this reflective band, And she created a basic rubber band. It had this type of hump. She put a little reflective sticker on it. And then guess what, guys? The very first thing she did, she started to give it away. And everybody she gave it to, she was beginning to explain what this rubber band was supposed to do. So she measured somebody's balance before, maybe for 5 seconds or 10 seconds. And then she put the band on. Then she told them what the band was supposed to do. So then they put the band on. They stood on 1 foot for 10 seconds. And if they lasted longer, she wrote the results down. The person with the band was now a believer that it was a balance band. And all it was a rubber band with a reflective sticker on it. So what'd she do? She used all of those marketing results. She did a marketing campaign, the testimonials, and guess what? Boom, boom, boom. She was able to sell that company for $1 million after 6 months. So it's important for you to understand how important your marketing and your branding is, and how important it is for you to get those first 3 to 10 customers or 3 to 10 clients, because it's not necessarily about making the profit in the beginning, especially if you know that you're walking in your purpose. What's important is, even though profit is important, what's important is getting those first testimonials and those first results out the way, because it's hard. Most people don't want to be first at a lot of stuff when it comes to reviews, when it comes to commenting on how good or how bad a service is. Most people like to kind of see what other people are doing, because we're sheep, we're followers, like to follow other people. So it's important that when you have your marketing, your branding, the perception of your company is absolutely amazing. So you want to make sure that you're collecting videos, or you're collecting some type of testimonials for people who have went through your program, or people who tried your system, or people who tried your product, maybe have it on, or maybe giving some type of a review on what you sent them, because all of those things are important, because it helps you build your brand, your marketing, and everything of that nature. So guys, the next phase we're going to talk about when it comes to marketing, which isn't on there, is the rule of perception. We're going to talk about the rule of perception. And then the rule of perception, what we all have to understand is that when it comes to perception, when it comes to marketing, it's all about perception. If they look at your brand and it looks cheap, they won't buy it. If they look at you and you're saying that you're the top #1 coach of basketball coach or transformation coach, and you're making such a big claim, the very first thing they're going to do, they're going to go check your social media. They're going to say how many followers you got, how many friends you got, how many people are following you or watching your every move. So perception is extremely key. Is what they're seeing. These are eyes. Are what they seeing what these are lips. Are what they seeing what you're telling? And does it add up? The first thing that is just human nature, we like to find the lies. There's so many bad products, so many lies, so many scammers, it's so much of that bad stuff out there. It's unfortunate, but our human nature is to find the lie. Find the lie. Once we find the lie, then that, guess what? That takes away credibility from your company. So the very first thing they're trying to find is the lie. So if your brand is saying, or your product is saying, this is the best product to be created, or this is the next biggest thing, the perception of it is there has to be more than just you who think that. So that's why getting those customers are important. The other thing is your following, your group. When they go look at your Instagram, when they go look at your Facebook, when they go look at your Twitter, they have to be able to see that the perception of what you're offering makes sense. The perception of your brand is equal to what you're saying, you know, how awesome or how amazing it is. It's the perception. And if you want to build up your social media, if you want to get your followers up to where you're inflated to look like, you ever look at a peacock? When a peacock is chest up against another male peacock, the very first thing they do is they spread their wings to see who has the largest wings and who can make themselves the biggest. The peacock who makes themselves the biggest gets the gal. So in business, in this world right here, you want to look the biggest while delivering the best content or the best quality service. So you have to make sure that your customers or your consumers, their qualified eyes, what they're seeing is matching what's coming off of your lips or off of the content that you have. There has to be more than just you that believes in your product. There has to be more than just you who believes in your product. Even if you purchase, say you had hair products, and you challenge everyone that you gave the hair products. You bought 100 bottles. Everyone you gave the hair products to, the 100 bottles, they had to go home and they had to record themselves. That was them paying you. They had to record themselves using your hair products. Now, guess what? Now you have 100 testimonials of people using your hair products. Now those 100 people, if they liked your hair products, they're going to at least go tell 3 more people about how awesome your hair products are. So now 3 times 100 people. They're going to go tell 3 people. So you gave 100 people free. They're going to go tell 3 people. Now that's 300 people who now know. 300 people who now know about your product. And guess what? Now they want to buy it. So say, for an example, you spent $6 a bottle. So you spent $600 getting those products to that 100 people. So now you spent $600, but you're selling the product for $12. So you gave it to them. They're thinking it costs $12 or, you know, whatever the case may be. So you spent $6 to make and give them the product. You're selling the product for $12. Sell. This is to make. To sell is $3. So now what's happening is you say, okay, they tell 3 people each, which is now 300 people who now want your product. Those 300 people that now want your product are going to purchase your product now at $12 a piece. Which means you made $3,600 off of $600. You subtract the 600. That leaves you with $3,000 in profit. Do you see that? So you spent money, $600 to get testimonials. Not only did they give you testimonials, they gave you videos that you can now use. You have 100 videos that you can now use as a part of your marketing campaign. So when everybody else come to your page, they're looking at these 100 videos of how awesome your hair product is. So you spent $600 on these 100. They each told 3 people. Now those 300 people wanted the product. You charged them $12. That was $3,600 minus your $600 that you spent giving it away to the 100. So you made $3,000 in profit. Now you own 100 testimonial videos. You can put on your Facebook. You can put on your Instagram. You can put on your website. Now you own 100 testimonial videos, and out of those 100 testimonial videos, that can be on circuit for the next 6 months to 3 years. Those same 100 testimonial videos. Then you take the best testimonial videos. Then you make a few videos out of those, like actual cut edited videos. You put $1,500 back into buying products, which is more than double the amount of money that you spent. Now, which is going to give you 200 products. Now you're going to take the other 1,500, you're going to spend it on marketing, sell your products online, or find a marketing company, come through us, and we'll tell you which marketing company we use that does a phenomenal job and it helps us keep our revenues high. And then guess what? All of this just goes in a cycle, all because of your marketing and your branding. Marketing and branding is everything. Marketing, branding is everything. If your marketing and branding is correct, it's going to help you qualify the type of people who can use your product. From that point, your marketing and branding is going to entice somebody, influence them based on emotions to make them want to, on their own, want to be a part of your program or buy your product, which is going to make it easier for you to sell. Now, if it's going up to somebody that don't know your marketing, don't know your branding, and you have no evidence of who you are on Instagram or on Facebook or on any type of social media, or you have no testimonials, it's going to be absolutely hard for you to get your program, your system, or your service off the ground. Guys, I hope you understand the importance of marketing and branding. Look in that ebook, study it, and check to see if your product, service, or system that you're creating hits those has 4 to 5 checkpoints of the perception and 4 to 5 checkpoints of the branding, which equates to 8 to 10 checkpoints matched out of the 14. So if you have those, you're for sure gonna have a successful, profitable business now. And if not, you're just gonna be kind of self-employed. It's gonna just make some money here and there until you learn how to tweak it.